What up, though, Pride Nation? Welcome back to another Field Review podcast show. Oh, boy. You know what? This is why I enjoy doing this, because every time that I least suspect it, there's always one. There's always one. And so what I want to do is I want to start this off and talk to Pride Nation, okay? But before I do that, make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe, and you hit that bell, okay? Also, let me go through and check out who's already rolling with me, right out the gate, because I'm gonna try not to rant. I'm gonna try to have a decent conversation, but I gotta figure some stuff out. Looney Tunes is in the building. We got one Pride 40 in the building. Delusional Lions fan, BD Buster. We got John Kapler in the building. Joey 2 times is in the building. Blue Jay Sarge is in the building. Go Lions is in the building. We got my man Midwest Lion in the building. We got Troy in the building. James Willis is in the building. Cap Ice Cold is in the building. We have Angelo in the building. We have Steve on the building. Lee Bender in the building. Let's get the rant under the way. I'm trying not to, bro. I'm trying. Woo! I'm trying to. We got Old Timer Dave in the building. 1991 Max Stag is in the building. We got One Funky Lion fan in the building. Let me just get right into this. All right. Okay, I'm going to fight the rant. I am. Let me just start this off by asking this question. What the hell is wrong with our fan base? And what I mean by this, I want y'all to think long and hard about this. Why do we seem to subscribe to mainstream media's rhetoric? Why we do this? So if anybody saw any show I did yesterday, I literally went through 10 years of drafts. 10 years of drafts, breaking down the history as it has been presented to us on why we should not be taking a wide receiver. But it's something about this goddamn fan base that love them some damn receivers. There's something about them. They just happen to enjoy the idea of a receiver. Now, many of these people who want this is simply because they play fantasy football. Many of them play Madden, and others are just casual sports betting fans. But nonetheless, they love their damn receivers. I'm not going to give this subscriber's name, but he insisted on basically talking on one of my videos, and I'm all for it. And I think I have been more than fair in allowing anyone, and I do mean anyone, to simply hit me up and I will get you on this show. I've been very consistent at that. I have not worked hard to keep people off. I have made it open and fair for anybody to just simply have the discussion with me. And I extended that same thing to this subscriber, if they are a subscriber. But this person comes on because they didn't like my view on the receiver. And here's what they say. It says, saying that Lions shouldn't draft a receiver at 7 is bad advice, Luke. You cannot push your need for a number 1 receiver into the 3rd or later because they most likely won't be there and aren't on the same quality to even be the number 1 receiver. Now, I'm going to dissect the hell out of all of his responses without ranting. This is my goal. But he's just one of the many who has this damn follow mainstream media rhetoric. And I'm not judging him. I just don't understand this way of thinking and this logic, because he's going to go through and discredit himself while he's trying to discredit me all in his lonesome. Okay? Now, my attitude to it is this. I respond to every damn message I get on every video. And so I understand that I am under a microscope. But you should also understand that when you comment and you say certain things, you are also under a microscope. So let's get into it. All right? Now, if I'm not putting the messages on the screen as we go, I apologize. It's because I'm really trying to zone in on this bullshit. This is what I call this. Because this, to me, I don't know if y'all seen this little thing that's going around where a guy has a lint roller and he stands by the door and he makes people hold their hands out to the side and he just rolls the lint roller up and down them. And person after person just comes up and do it comply, no questions asked, no nothing. Now, let me get back into this, okay? So he said this is bad advice. He said you cannot get quality at number one receiver at that position late in the round. Even though I showed you 10 years worth of draft where only 2 of them, the top receivers, were the best receivers in the draft. Antonio Brown was a 5th round pick. Kenny Galladay was a 3rd round pick. Mike Wallace was, I believe, was a 3rd round pick. Right? Tyreek Hill, 2nd round pick. Right? You can't get these talent in those later rounds. Okay, let's go through. He says, you can't equate a bad rookie class with this class, Luke. You way off, dude. Way off. I said, history say otherwise. I showed 10 years of data. It has been evaluated, and it showed that the talent of the wide receiver is not based on you draft them in the 1st round. It's clear proof to this that you have a better chance of getting a receiver in later rounds than you would if you got a receiver in an earlier round. Now watch this. He took that statement. Also, he said that we got to go based on needs. So I said to him, also, wide receiver is not even our top need. Safety and linebacker is. So if we're drafting in the need department, then we really should not be drafting a receiver at 7. He was not satisfied with this, right? Listen to this, y'all. Luke, just stop it. At this point, dog, you haven't studied the draft, and I can see it clear as day. Nobody is looking to draft a 1st round safety outside of teams picking late, and all the value is in the 3rd and 6th round as safety. Have I not said that, y'all? Have I not said that the safeties are going to come off the board late 1st to 2nd to 3rd round? Have I not been saying that for the longest? Right? Like, I've literally been saying that. I have literally went on record to say nothing of the sort. I literally said that if you are talking about us drafting based on need, because you're acting like a number 1 wide receiver is a need, and it's not even our biggest need, then damn it, we shouldn't even be drafting a receiver. But he couldn't just stop there. Or she couldn't. I don't know. Right? So they couldn't just stop there. It goes on. I've been through hundreds of draft scenarios with at least 3 or 4 draft sites. Let me stop it right there. You see who I got to argue with? You see the shit I'm dealing with? I got people who are quantifying themselves as experts, right? Because they went to a draft simulator. Stay with me. I want y'all to literally understand how I'm finna dissect this whole thing. Now, I invited him on to discuss this anytime he wants to, or she, or whoever it may be. I've invited them on. We'll see if they take their offer. But they're basing this all off of draft simulators. And I'm not making this crap up. Stay with me. It is painfully obvious how this draft is about to play out. And what you don't get is there are about 10, y'all hear me right, 10 quality right tackles available. And also, you don't draft right tackle at 7. Don't have many needs because it's like drafting a fullback at 7. Well, damn it, let's find out how true this is. Since the draft simulator is the one that's leading this damn charge. Well, you don't draft a right tackle at 7 is what he say. I mean, you just don't do it, right? So I did a little research. Is it okay if I draft them at 9? Because, you know, in 2018, that guy out of Notre Dame, Mike McGillicuddy, was taken 9th overall. He worked out just fine at right tackle for San Francisco. Maybe if they followed that logic, we wouldn't have that. Maybe, just maybe, it'll be okay if I draft a right tackle at 13th overall. You know, because that's what the Buccaneers did, where they took Tristan Wirfs out of Iowa, 13th overall in last year's draft. Clearly, they didn't get their value out of that player. Clearly. But no, that's not enough proof. Maybe it was in 2013 where the 4th overall pick was a right tackle named Lane Johnson. You clearly can't get no kind of value out of that, right? I can go on for days with this, but let me just go ahead and express my disbelief with this because you know people draft fullbacks at 7th. Got it. Check. Got it. There are plenty of great quality guys you can find to stay for you at right tackle later in this draft if you bothered to spend a few hours doing a bunch of draft simulations. People. Okay. I'm not going to rant. I won't do it. Damn it, I won't do it. Not today, not on duty. If you see the damn pic, you see it says danger ahead, stop Lions country, because you cannot be a Lions fan talking to me about no goddamn draft simulator. You cannot be serious. I do film study. Okay. I'm not going to do it. Okay. If I just spend a bunch of hours doing draft simulation, because those are so accurate. So mind you, this is the bring it back. He goes on to say, you're putting your wants before the team. You've completely ignored the draft board, position worth, and how to run a little league offense 1.0. Well, okay. You can't give our new quarterback nothing to throw at, and Holmes only gets one shot at this. Says who? His contract don't say he get one shot. The head coach contract don't say he get one shot. Where does this one shot come from? How am I putting my wants ahead of anything? I'm not even telling you what I want. I literally have been saying for months that the most logical pick that you can make that makes the most sense is going to be a pick that people do not like. Okay, this is what they're saying. It's going to be. I said it's going to be an offensive tackle, and it makes the most sense. Yes, it's safe, but it makes the most sense because there is no defensive players worthy of taking in the top 10. And if you're going to go in the route of a wide receiver, it doesn't make sense to do it in this draft because you will have a multitude of options down the road, and history shows that you're going to hit more likely than not on those options. Not going to do this. Okay, so, all right. Okay. You cannot give our new quarterback nothing to throw to, and Holmes only gets one shot at this. We know for sure what tackles will be available past the first. Based on what? Now, I know I ain't the smartest goddamn person, and I'm certainly am not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But you help me understand how in the hell we know. We just know who's going. Okay. We just know for sure what tackles will be available past the first round. We just know it, right? I mean, because we clearly know what all 32 teams are thinking. We know this, and we know this because a draft simulator told you. Well, damn, you got all the answers. Okay, but you're discrediting me. Okay, let's keep this going. This is where it gets juicy. This is where I enjoy the critiques, okay? Because at this point, you're not even critiquing me. Your whole argument is flawed because you're doing this based off of freaking pros. I'm not going to do it. I'm bringing it back. Okay. He says, I can think of like 5 right off the top of my head, and I'd be happy to take any one of them to help this line. But I'm dumb enough to pass up. No, he's trying to say I'm not dumb enough. He was trying to say I'm not dumb enough, but he said I'm dumb. That's what it says. But I'm not dumb enough to pass up on the next Randy Moss for a fucking right tackle. People, who in this damn draft is the next Randy Moss? Please tell me. Y'all tell me who's the next Randy Moss. Lord Jesus, help me. Tell me who is the next Randy Moss. What is wrong with this damn fan base? What is it? Why do we get a hard on for wide receivers? Why? We like who the next Randy Moss? Who? I love Jamar Chase, and I'm not putting Jamar Chase up there with Randy Moss. Randy Moss can tiptoe and still outrun and go past person. Randy Moss didn't even run routes most of the times. He just ran past you. Jamar Chase is a tactician. He's more of a DeAndre Hopkins, Larry Fitzgerald type player, right? Brilliant hands, great route run. I'll even put him up there in the Chad Johnson, Devontae Adams route running tree. That dude got it. But the next damn Randy Moss, let's keep going. Because, I've already shown in the draft that people thought they had the next Randy Moss. They said Darius Hayward-Bay was the next Randy Moss. That worked out great. We're going to leave it alone. We're going to keep this thing going. All right. He says, how dumb can you be? Without any good wide receiver, Hockenson gets double and triple team and then blitz every run play. And our entire season will be for naught. All because you didn't feel like drafting a wide receiver again. It's stupid and neglectful to the roster and team. Every time I do a simulation, those receivers aren't there besides the ones that aren't number one wide receivers and are typically undersized and a lot of receivers. This damn simulator is back, people. This is the response that I got. If you're going to put me under a microscope and you're going to hold me to a certain standard and you're going to challenge me on certain things, then damn it, I'm going to do you the same way. And before you think that you deleted your comment, I will screenshot your bullshit. You don't get out of it that easy. Okay? Let's get down to the business of it. He says he did a bunch of simulations and those receivers were not there. I don't give a shit. Were there other receivers that were good? Were there other receivers that we could have picked up? Are the only ones you know are Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase? Are them the only ones you know? I'm with you, Tactical Puma. Clearly, the simulators know it all. Thank God for that. Nobody had to use a brain. If you don't have a pass game, you won't have a run game. That means the play action won't work. Now, right there, he don't show his age, and he showed that this is about Madden. What the hell is he talking about? If you don't have a pass game, you won't have a run. You know how many teams have a pass game but no run game? Starting with our own goddamn team, the Detroit Lions. Let's start there. How many years have Detroit Lions had a pass game? We've been in the top 5 of a pass game on a number of years and not had a run game. What the hell is he talking about? Have we not already went through the process of doing this before? What is he talking about? Let's keep going because he wasn't done with this bullshit. It says if you don't have a passing game, you won't have a run game. That means the play action won't work. To say right tackle is a bigger need than when we literally don't have a number 1 or number 3 and no real number 2, that's called a problem. The decision of yours would tank the entire season because your strategy is put what I want ahead of the team, and then we'll see how it goes left from there with our picks. That's not what the hell I'm doing. In fact, what I'm saying doing makes the most sense. We have 3 linemen who are already on the roster. Dacker, Jackson, Ragnow. All 3 of those linemen will be under contract for the next 3 seasons. Now you go out and add another lineman because they're going to move Big V over the guard. That other lineman now gives you a completed group of in your team. That part is completed. We don't even got to question it, right? It's 100% complete. Now, for a team that went out and got Jamal Williams, has Kerryon Johnson and a DeAndre Swift, and want to run the ball, you know how you can do that? Well, it's with damn good linemen. And you know what else it can help? It can help the pass game because guess what? 9 times out of 10, you can still get you a quality receiver later. But you know what the draft history guys show us and tell me? That you will not and cannot be able to, in any form or fashion, get a good offensive lineman on a regular basis late, let alone tackle. That's the key word, tackle. Now, he didn't just stop there, people. This is the longest goddamn message I ever had. It's almost biblical, okay? He goes on to say, that's trash. No other way around it. 2 to 5 is loaded with starting right tackle talent, but you won't find Randy Moss 2.0 to put that safety out of the box so we can properly run the ball and using the play action between our wide receivers, tight ends, running backs like every NFL team does. Let me ask y'all a question. The year that the Rams went to the Super Bowl, who was that Randy Moss player on their team? I'll wait. Please tell me. Somebody in the chat enlighten my slow ass. Who is the Randy Moss player that was on that Super Bowl team? Tell me who that receiver was. Please tell me. I mean, this is ridiculous. Please tell me. Who was the... Okay. It says, you have yet to explain how we'll score any points next year. Let me guess. By running the ball, we can't run by not having any pass game. I'm jealous. I'm jealous because he got some high quality trees over there and he's not sharing it. He's not telling me where he got it from. He's not telling me how to purchase it. He's not giving me any remnants of where I can locate the stuff he's smoking. He's not being fair. And I'm jealous about it. I'm very envious that he's holding out. I'm envious. Because why else could he say this unless he was high? There's no other explanation for this. You came on to a video of mine to discredit me with your whole premise being around draft simulators and then told me that we can't run the ball because we can't pass it. But the Lions have had some of the top passing games, and I'm jealous. Not one time did he put in here where he located his stuff that he's smoking. I don't know if it's addictive. I don't know if it'll kill you. What I do know is it'll take you to some place that's not called Earth. And I want to do it just so I can join him and figure out what in the hell he talking about. He goes on to say, people, because you have a boner for Slater when you have someone just as good at 41. Y'all think he stopped there? Nope. Y'all think he stopped there? JT says, I'm preaching to a wall. Damn it, this is a declaration. Because I'm trying to, y'all wonder why I run around here talking of using the Matrix as an example of why we got different fan base. He didn't just stop there. He says this one too. Luke, you still don't get it. You can't expect late round guys to come in and fill your number one receiver spot. That's just stupid. Nope, because Pittsburgh, they clearly can't do that with Antonio Brown. A guy who's taken in the 5th round. You cannot do that with Mike Wallace, a guy who's taken in the 3rd round. You certainly cannot do that with Juju Smith-Schuster, a guy who took it in the 2nd round. How dare you, Detroit Lions, take Kenny Galladay, a 3rd round pick, and make him your number one receiver? Shame on you. You ought to be a damn shame. There's no way you can do that. Them just a few examples. He goes on to say, we need our guys to be ready this year. We don't have time to develop him further or let him sit for a while because our entire team will be dictated by the success of our wide receivers. Oh, really? Okay. So y'all heard it here first. The entirety of our season and team will be dictated by the success of our wide receivers. We had a first ballot Hall of Fame receiver who's literally a freak of nature and probably one of the few people who can stand out of anything. And we won exactly what with him? I wait. Randy Moss was on a team with Chris Carter. What did they win? I wait. We doing this? DeAndre Hopkins went full-fledged ham, beast mode for the Texans. What did they win? And I'm not talking about last year. I know he wasn't on that team. I'm talking about his time for the Texans. What did they win? It's all predicated around the receiver, right? That's all it is, right? Let me get a little bit further into this bull. It goes on to say, if he's bad, we won't be able to run the ball very well. And consider nobody being able to cover Smith from Alabama, I'm taking him at 7 and running out the building like the happiest kid in the world. You're not going to find another Randy Moss just sitting in the 5th. There are guys who are special and aren't even in the same universe. Y'all think he stopped there? Y'all think he stopped there? It says, since I don't want to draft the receiver so high, he said, let me go back. He said, this is Luke. Okay, guys, since I don't want to draft the receiver so high, to explain why I'm going to show you a list of busted receivers Luke, you are trying too hard to be right. Oh, Jesus. My God. You are trying too hard to be right. For you to even use Darius Hayward-Bay is your highest pick when everyone know he would be a bust. I'm jealous of the way you get high without me. What the hell is going on? This one just tipped the cake for me. This one just made it all worse. Because at this point, not only am I sure that he's got to be a kid, he's not listening. 2, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. 3, like, nothing. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Seriously, help me make it make sense, bro. Help me. I'm having the hardest time trying to figure out what are you talking about. I didn't just show Darius Hayward-Bay. I showed over a decade of drafts. And only 2 of them, the top receivers taken, were legit. 2 out of 10 years. And then you come on there trying to discredit me because you went to some draft simulator. For what? For what? How many people was called the next Megatron? Kevin White. You remember him? Remember Stevens from Georgia Tech? Remember him? Remember Demarius Thomas from Georgia Tech? Remember him? How many people have been called Calvin Johnson and come in and been everything more like nobodies? How many times? You remember when they said the next Tyreek Hill was John Ross? Remember that? That's working out great. Remember that? No, Angelo, he's not trolling. He's commenting to other people. He was commenting on other people's stuff, saying the same stuff. I don't even want to put his name on there. It's just ridiculous. The idea that the only thing we can do at pick 7 is take a wide receiver, because without that, our team won't win. Right? This is what he's saying. Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. And this is the other part of it that throws me off. Because now I got to sit here and listen to this stuff. You can't take a tackle. What is wrong with our fan base? Ask yourself right now. Just don't even ask yourself. Go and look at any old Detroit Lions football game. Thank you, one funky Lion fan. Stephon Diggs, 5th round pick. How dare you make him a number 1 receiver? You can't do that. The thing I keep hearing from people who make this argument is how rare that is. But when I went through the 10 years, it was less rare than I thought. Way less rare. Yeah, JT, you can get the link. You can get the link. JT, this right here started months back when I decided that, you know what, the only thing the Lions can do at this point, if they stuck at 7, is take an offensive lineman. And people didn't like it. Right? And then a little bit of time came by, and I kept referring to this because nobody wants to believe this. Nobody wants to believe this. And what it basically shows in this diagram is Joe Burrow with good protection up front, throwing the ball to anybody, versus Joe Burrow with anybody protecting him, throwing the ball to a great receiver. And they don't want to buy it. So I'll be more than happy to send you an invite. Because right now, I don't understand what my man is talking about. You're going to try to discredit me and go on this long tirade, all these messages to tell me why I'm stupid. But in the midst of you doing all of that, we ain't got no damn where. Now, this is just the first part of the show. I got other things I need to talk about that are more important, but I had to open it up with that because anytime you take the trouble to decide to write me a biblical scripture, like I wasn't going to read every bit of it and dissect it piece by piece. And to be honest, I almost stopped reading it once you said simulator. Clearly, I don't know the draft. Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. But I don't know what the hell boy, I tell you. People, I'm just doing my best. I'm doing my best. And my best sometimes is just not good enough. It's not. Okay? It's just not. And I was going to show y'all all the draft breakdown. I don't even feel like doing that. I'm going to my next damn topic once I let my mans get in here and get his piece out. Because I cannot with this. I cannot with this no more. I cannot. I understand what a mock draft is. I understand what everything else is. But it's ridiculous. And I've already said to y'all that this graph is going to come up every single time until it's in everybody's head. Until they understand. Complete the offensive line. I guarantee you if Slater get to 10 and Pitts is not on the board, the Dallas Cowboys take him. I guarantee you. It's unbelievable. I don't know what he was smoking. I don't know why he didn't share it. What I do know is some things in life is not what's up. I'm going to bring my man, JT Sports, in the building. Maybe he can calm me down a little bit. JT.
Yo. So look, you know that same argument you were just saying about how an offensive tackle is more wins than a wide receiver. Well, the other day I was in the car going back and forth with my roommate about why the Cincinnati Bengals should take Penny Sewell over Jamar Chase and Kyle Pitts. And the same, you want to know what I used? I said, did you not see the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl? The Chiefs lost 2 of their starting tackles.
When you talk to him,
how that went.
Talk to him.
Offensive tackles in there. Like, so remember when I texted you yesterday, I said, who would you go with, Slater or Devontae Smith? And you said Slater, and I said I was basically on the Slater train too. But I wanted to see, if you were going to be like the rest of the Bengals and Lions fans out there wanting to take, because I didn't really know what the line, because I just wanted to know how Lions fans felt if they couldn't trade down for 7. And I went on a Bleacher Report, asked the similar thing, and majority of people either said Pitts or Devontae Smith. So I asked you and you said Slater, which was my line thing. But this is why I told Bengals fans this. I said, listen, you're in the AFC North. The Steelers have a top 10 defensive line. The Ravens have a top 10 defensive line. The Browns are about to sign Jadeveon Clowney with Myles Garrett. They're going to have a top 10 defensive line. And yet you're okay with letting Joe Burrow, who just got injured last year, by the way, had a season cut short. You're okay with him sitting behind a below average to average offensive line in the conference with some of the best D lines, and you want to set him up to get injured again? Bro, with guys like Bobby Harper taking him?
I'm finna show you how I could take what you just said and relate it to the Detroit Lions and just in their own history. Y'all remember the guy named Joey Harrington? Y'all remember that guy? Remember how we took all the receivers for him? We took all these receivers for him, and he couldn't even throw the ball to him. Constantly getting hit left to right. He even admitted he was shell-shocked.
Look at Dallas. You know how many offensive line Dallas has took in the first round. Remember they took Zach Martin over Johnny Manziel. Jerry Jones wanted Johnny Manziel. His son said, "Nah, Pops, we finna take Zach Martin."
JT preached to him.
Dallas took 3 offensive linemen in the first round. All of those guys are all pro bowl caliber offensive linemen.
Not right here, I'm in 100% agreement with Steve.
Hey, you want to know what Cincinnati said, Luke G? They told me we can get offensive tackles in the later rounds. And then guess what else he said? My roommate was talking about you can find good offensive tackles. Do you not? I was trying to tell him, I was like, do you not know that left tackle and offensive tackles, period, that are elite are hard to find? He was like, it doesn't make sense to give a 3-2 first rounders for an offensive tackle. You only do that for a quarterback. I said offensive tackle is the difference between losing and winning football games. Bruh. Offensive tackle. Orlando Brown wants to get traded from Baltimore, not because he's upset with Baltimore, but he wants to play left tackle because you get more money playing left tackle than right tackle.
But you can't draft a guy for left tackle to make him right. That's what I'm being told by a number of fans. And I agree right here with Cincinnati. With Steve-O, who says he hopes Cincinnati do take Jamar Chase. I pray they do too, because I can't wait for Sewell or Slater to fall.
And as a Steelers fan, I hope they do too. As a Steelers fan, please don't take Penny Sewell because I told this is why the Bengals will always be the franchise that they are right now. This is why teams that take skill position top 10 don't win anything at all.
Like I said, the person who sent me the message, I flat out said to him, if you want to, feel free to join the show. I will get you on. All you got to do is reach out to me via Twitter, Instagram, or my Discord or something like that, and I'll get you on the show. It's not hard. I'm not shying away from it. You simply came into the chat and was like, send me a link, and boom, you on the show. I'm not running from any kind of conversation because it's just football. Let's have it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You make a good point, you make a good point. But this has to be the most ridiculous argument on any face of any planet, not just Earth, not just Venus, not even Pluto, who they now say it's a moon, but it was a planet back then, but now it's a moon. It's just ridiculous. And it's all based around the idea of a draft simulator.
Hey, Lou G, I got a question. If Cincinnati passes on Jamar Chase, how much you want to bet Miami takes Penny Sewell? That's why they traded back into the top 10 to make sure they still had a chance to take Penny Sewell.
Bro, listen. Okay. Could you imagine if Orlando Pace or Joe Thomas could slide down to the Lions at 7?
What?
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if a Tyron Smith got to slide down to the Lions at 7? I literally went through and showed 10 years of data. 10 years for tackles and receivers. And nothing more consistent than receivers were able to be constant in later rounds. And the top tackles who were coming out were the more successful ones in most cases. I don't understand this logic of thinking. I don't. And so that's why when you say you want to come on, I'm like, come on, get your rant on, because I can't understand why we are this. Listen, there is no, and I repeat, there is no.
Here we go. Here we go again. Let me get this one, Luke. You don't BS with offensive tackle. You don't pass over a elite offensive tackle prospect in the first round because we can find better guys. We can find solid guys in second round. You don't go cheap on tackle. If you have a chance to get the best tackle in the draft class, you do it, bro. You cannot go cheap on offensive tackle, bro. Because when you go cheap on tackle, you end up like so many teams, bro. Cincinnati went cheap on tackle for the last 3 years, and look where it's gotten them. If you want a second round pick matching up against TJ Watt, be my guest. If you want a second round offensive tackle matching up against Cameron Hayward, be my guest and see where that gets you. See,
this is what I want to know though, JT. This is what I want to know. This is what. First of all, It's Bliss says, send me the link. Did you hit me up on Twitter? Did you hit me up on Instagram? You want the link? Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Instagram, and I'm gonna send you the link. It's not hard. Just one of those two ways. That's the fastest way to get her done. Send me the link and tell me, hey, this is Blitz. Or send it on there, and I'll get you on. But let's go through and look at the history. If you just look at quarterbacks, name me a quarterback who was taken in the first round that did not have a good offensive line and did not get hurt in his rookie season in the last 10 years.
I'll probably only say, in 10 years or his rookie season.
We're going to say in their rookie season over the last 10 years. They all have been hurt. I've checked it already. Trust me. From Robert Griffin, from Andrew Luck, they all got hurt.
Cam Newton,
no protection.
But do you think Cam Newton has some solid offensive lines? I don't think it was. I think it's also how they utilized him, because they did. You got to remember, Cam Newton was also a big part of the run game. He was like 50% of it.
What did he say? He said, I don't have Twitter. I don't have Instagram because my phone number couldn't have gotten me on. What? You want me to call you? Wait, what?
Or maybe he wants you to text it to him, but like, why would you want everybody to know your number?
Right. What? Bruh. Okay. When you ready, you let me know. It don't take long to sign up for Twitter. It don't take me long to sign up for no Instagram. I got a Discord. You can jump in and join in. I can send it to you on Discord. You have options, sir. Trust me. let me get to my other topics because I can't with this. I can't. I cannot with this. Listen to me, y'all. I have said many times that there are very few things that the Lions can do. Either way it go, it's not going to be wrong. I have said this over and over. But I said if you are looking at what pick is the best option that gives you a chance to increase the number of wins, and I'm looking at the fact that what we did in free agency with bringing in Jamal Williams, right? With looking at the receivers they brought in with the speed, right? I'm looking at all of that. I'm looking at this draft and how deep it is with the receivers. And it is what it is. Get the duck out of here, you soft. Okay. What's that, reverse psychology? Did you get that from a draft simulator? I mean, seriously.
Madden is ruining football. People think just because they're good at Madden, they know football.
Bro, that's exactly what it is. It's 100% Madden, man. I'm going to another topic. I told you how to get on this show. You got 3 options. You can choose it. See the difference between this show and what you're doing is I run this show. If you want to get on it, you simply hit one of the 3 options you have. It's not hard. The same way that this man came in here and said, send me a link. You know how he got the link? Because he hit me up on Twitter. You would have did the same thing. I would have had you on here as well. Trust me. At least I've done my research. Drafts. Let's talk about his research for a minute, okay, JT? Let's talk about his research because he done his research, and I'm the king of telling people to do their research, right? You know that's my thing. Please do your research, right?
Because if that's why I tell people in college, if you're gonna come at I'm not your average guy off the street. I researched this, man. Somebody tried to tell me Lamar Jackson was better than Patrick Mahomes.
But listen, we're not even gonna get into this. We're gonna get into his research. That's what I want to get into. Can we get into his research?
You know what's crazy?
JT, hold on, JT. We gotta get into his research. This is what he says. Luke, just stop it. At this point, dog, you haven't studied the draft, and I can see it clear as day. All right? I'm going to get down to his research. I've been through hundreds of draft scenarios with at least 3 or 4 draft sites. His research. He talks about it again. There are plenty of great quality guys you can find to stage for your right tackle later in the draft if you bother to spend a few hours doing a bunch of draft simulations. That great research. We're not going to stop there. This is my favorite part of the greatest research right here. Listen, JT, new challenge. Try not to laugh. This is serious. You can't play around with this.
I got you.
All right. Don't laugh. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. His research. Every time I do a simulation, those receivers aren't there. Besides the ones that aren't number 1 receivers, are typically undersized or a lot. If you don't have a pass game, you won't have a run game. And that means no play action won't work. That's his research. I have seen monkeys throw shit with more conviction than that research.
Hey, Luke G, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
If they're a good offensive tackle, why didn't they get drafted in the first round? Because if you're a great offensive tackle, I promise you're not falling out of round 1.
I can't make this. I showed 10 years of data. 10 years of raw data.
Same thing with. So somebody tried to tell me, I said, listen, if there was a edge rusher in this draft class that the Lions could take at 7, I told them Jalen Phillips. Somebody tried to tell me Gregory Rousseau. I said Jalen Phillips has better tape, has more pass rush moves, has better production. If you're somebody who loves numbers, why would you take a Gregory Rousseau who's so raw, has no pass rush moves? Only thing
Luke, if you can only have one. Listen, JT, I'm trying to move on from this. This is just ridiculous. I'm sick of this Lion fan base, and they love with fucking receivers.
This is just the Lions, Luke G. This is just the Lions. Imagine talking about all 32 teams have to do with, Jets fans and Bengals fans coming at you lopsided. Because
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of I'm sick of like certain rhetoric though, JT. It's certain rhetoric that I'm sick of that I try so hard not to buy into. I try my best to be cool about it and have a decent conversation. But like JT, what's this like why do people always want to act like oh this is you can't do this here because of draft value and you can't do this here because of this, and I'm like, if the pick is right, who cares? Like I remember when the Raiders took Sebastian Janikowski, I think that's the kicker name.
Yeah, in the second round.
No, he's a first rounder, bro. I think he's a first rounder.
He was a second rounder.
I think he's a first rounder, bro. And all he did was punt that mud religiously like 60, 70 yards every time. They were thinking of different game, right? And you remember how people were saying stuff like I had a guy who told me that you can't draft a left tackle and then turn him into a right tackle. And I'm like, what? Says what? Like what? Like, okay. And to answer one fucking Lion fans question, Luke, if you can only have one, who do you take? Lance, Smith, or Waddles? And I can only have one. I'm taking Waddles. I think Waddles is a better receiver than Smith.
Oh, here we go. I'm taking Devontae Smith.
Well, I know you take it, Smith, but you also think he's the best receiver in this draft. I think Jamar Chase is better.
Well, I think it's 1A and 1B.
Okay, well, the 1A is Jamar Chase.
But I can't live with people saying Jamar Chase better than Devontae Smith, but Jalen Waddle, I just can't do. And this is what we was arguing about the other day. So, all right, here's another scenario. Let's make it Detroit Lions related. If the Lions are at 7 and can't trade down, and they can own, and let's say Rashawn Slater and Penny Sewell are off the board and Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith, the Lions got to go receivers between Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith. Who do they take?
Give me the scenario one more time. We stuck at 7.
Jamar Chase, Penny Sewell, and Rashawn Slater are all 3 off the board. The Lions are pretty much can't trade down from 7. They have to choose between Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith.
I'm taking Jalen Waddles.
I'm taking Devontae Smith.
Well, I'm not going to kill you for your reason. At least you can support your answer. You're not telling me that you got your answer from draft simulators neither. So I mean, I can follow what your feeling is on it. I get it. I just feel like, yes, I think Devontae Smith is a good player, but I remember watching Waddles and thinking, wow, that's a really good player. And then he got hurt, and then all of a sudden everybody just forgot about him. Like, you know,
because how great Devontae Smith. A lot of people forget Devontae Smith was 150 pounds, started as a true freshman at Alabama. 150 pounds. Alabama doesn't. Nick Saban never starts true. Nick Saban normally gives freshmen a weight requirement. If you don't meet this weight requirement, you're not starting as a freshman. He was 150 pounds and caught the game-winning touchdown national championship. You know how good you have to be. This man started over Jalen Waddle, Henry Ruggs as a true freshman. At 150, Luke G, this dude is a football nerd. This dude is like
you do realize that everything that Devontae Smith did, Jamar Chase did, and he did it in less receptions, right?
But he also had more. He also had 2 other number 1 wide receivers on the field with him. He had Terrence Marshall.
Hold on. He had Terrence who?
Terrence Marshall, who's going to be a late first rounder, and Justin Jefferson.
Okay. And what did Devontae Smith have?
Jalen Waddle was injured for pretty much the whole entire season, and the true freshman John Metchie.
And so what happened was they forced a lot of passes to him. They did. They forced a lot of passes to him, and they went for the Heisman Trophy because that's what they do.
Look, don't try to downplay. Like, so let's not act like Devontae Smith didn't get matched up against 2 of the best corners in this draft class. He was matched up against Eric Stokes. No, Eric Stokes is 2 cornerbacks from Georgia. One is going in the late first. Another one, Eric Stokes. It's another one. He exposed both of them. J.C. Horn against South Carolina. He exposed them. Okay. Derrick Stingley, who's supposed to be the next greatest cornerback prospect since Darrelle Revis, exposed him 2 years in a row.
I mean, listen, I'm with you, but you would have to then convince me that I believe in these cornerbacks, and I don't. So, like you got to understand, I'm also the same person who was not high on Okudah because I said, hey, I noticed these things and I didn't like what I saw. And so I was also the same person who took a lot of heat for talking about people like Greedy Williams and saying it ain't worth it. And so I'm used to being the oddball in the group. I really am. It's not that I'm trying to be that way, but it's just that when I go through and I watch film, the film tells me what I need to know. When he went against those receivers and stuff, plus, like I said, I'm not making no excuses, but shout out to Woodward Sports. I don't know if this is actually one of their members or if this is SpeakEZ or whoever it may be, but shout out to them being here. But I don't know if he says, I've decided that the Lions take wide receiver in the first round. I'll be upset. It doesn't make sense. Oh, it says it's easy, by the way. Okay.
Here's another thing. How do you feel about Lions fans wanting Kyle Pitts?
I'm okay. Listen, if you're telling me that that both my tackles are off the board, right, and I just got to go into it with my right side of my team being Big V and Terrell Crosby, then I'm most definitely taking the tight end because it does create a mismatch problem. So stay with me from this standpoint. Mm-hmm. Do you remember when Vernon Davis? Remember when Vernon Davis got to the Washington football team? Mm-hmm. And I remember watching this game where Vernon Davis basically got his butt chewed out by the head coach because he literally felt like he wasn't doing his job. He like, we go as far as you go. Well, that's the truth. And it's been proven over time that when you get those kind of tight ends who are mismatched, like TJ Hockenson can be a mismatch, but when you got two of them, did you see what Tom Brady did? Having all those receivers, a freaking Rob Gronkowski and a Cameron Brate. So now you turn around and you give that same love to them. It's like, whatever. First of all, people, let me start this off. This is my man, the Hook Mike, a.k.a. he's a part of the whole Hook family. You're going to see him over there with the Hook Eric. You'll see him over there with the Hook Cam. They'll probably be live, according to him, 8 o'clock on the Hook Cam's channel. I'm going to try to swing through on that because it is always a good time with them fellas. So make sure you come through on that one. But my attitude to it is if that came down to it, cool. If I'm gonna take one, I'm gonna take the ultimate nightmare. That's the ultimate nightmare.
This is my thing about Kyle Pitts. I was thinking the same way, but the more I watch it, I think it's more dependent on who he goes to and how he's used. I think his best fit is Arizona because he got bullied at tight end. He was better when he was lined up out wide against the DB than when he had, because when you're playing tight end, you got to think you have big linebackers and defensive line who are trying to throw you off your route. And Kyle Pitts got dominated against those guys. But when he was lined up out wide, he was more dominant, which why I think Arizona would be a better fit, or Carolina, because they run more spread-oriented offense. So if you're Detroit, the Kyle Pitts thing sounds good, but it just depends on what kind of offense is Detroit going to be running.
I'm with that, but let me get to this really quick. He says, I've had Twitter for about 20 minutes now. Have you sent me a DM? Because I can share my screen and show you haven't sent me a DM. It's not hard, bro. You think I'm going to come look for you? Like, again, for the last time, I have no problem getting you on the show. Simply shoot me a DM saying, hey, this is Blitz. And I will add you to the show. It's not hard. If you're not going to do that, no need for us to talk about it. Okay? All right. Now, stay with me. Detroit Ray says, bro, I've been listening for 30 seconds and y'all want a tight end. Stay with me. He asked me a very hypothetical question. The overall view is this. The Lions may be forced to be stuck. May be stuck at 7. And so when I go through and look at that, I ask one simple question. What's one pick? What is, what he said he don't know how to use it. Tell me, what is your Twitter name? I'll come to you. Tell me, what is your Twitter name? Come on, we can have fun with this. Tell me, what is your Twitter name? God,
this man better have the best argument I've ever heard in my life. This man better have facts and everything.
Bro, this is about to be ridiculous. Okay. Like, what is
I'll find it if he posted it in the chat.
I just want to see just give me the Twitter name. Give me your Twitter name. That's all I need. Your Twitter name, and I will personally find you. I am more than prepared to add you to the show. So you can air out your grievances about why you want the receiver and why I'm batshit crazy for wanting the offensive tackle, right? Like,
imagine if a guy comes on the screen, he ends up being 12 years old.
Bro, at that point, I wouldn't even do it. At that point, I gotta talk to your parents, bro. There's no way. But my view is this. I do got other topics I want to hit on. I just think that it's something wrong with this fan base and their need to want a receiver, and it's mind-boggling.
Well, I don't think it's just the fan base. I just think that's people in general, Luke G. People rather have, a Ferrari that, has a lot of questions about it versus having, people want what they don't really need. You get what I'm saying? Like, people rather have this Ferrari that has 1,000 miles on instead of getting the reliable car. People don't want it because it's ugly. It's not flashy. An offensive tackle at 7 isn't flashy. A wide receiver is.
Listen, dude. This came up on a Proud of Detroit article, and it was a question that I thought needed to be discussed, and we need to talk about it. It was within this thing, but it was basically, will the Detroit Lions be competitive? Right? Like, will they be competitive in 2022? And the writer basically says he doesn't believe that that's the case. And I'm thinking, not 2021, not even this year, 2022, you're saying that they won't be competitive. And this blew my mind because I'm like, let's figure out how to best address this. What is considered competitive, right? So what's considered competitive? So I'm gonna go with the Webster dictionary. A situation in which people or group are trying to win a contest or be more successful than others, relating to or involving competition, having a strong desire to win, or the best at something, as good as, better than, other than the same kind, able to compete successfully with others. So I'm going to go with that definition, right? I'm going to go with that definition. By the way, it's Blitz. I'm still waiting on you to give me what your Twitter name is, right? Like, let me know what that is so I can add you. Now, based on that definition, I am confident in saying that not only will they be competitive this season, they'll be competitive in 2022. Why? That's 1 year of being in the system, of working in their process, of working in what they want to get done. Another year of drafting where they got 2 first-round picks. How could the answer be no? How could the answer be no? There's no way possible the answer can be no. This team would be competitive this year. The team wasn't competitive in previous seasons because the coach came in and completely destroyed the culture.
And didn't know how to coach.
Bro, terrible coaching. Absolutely terrible coaching. Coaching to a point where I don't even respect what they were doing. But the difference is this. The difference is this. And just FYI, people, because I'm still waiting for him to tell me what is his Twitter name. Okay? I'm still waiting on it. See, the one thing I don't do, I don't argue with fools. I don't. We can come on and have a conversation. We can rock with this all day. We can get this thing in and get it done. But when you come in and you say some stuff like that to try to discredit me like I don't lost my mind, then let's talk about it. Because if the whole thing is going to be you talking about draft simulators, then you've already lost this. So when you give me your link, I'll find you. But it's Twitter is a big word. I'm not going to go and look for it's Blitz. I'm not.
I feel like people take the simulators and the mock drafts too serious. I like the people who get paid to do mock drafts be having the most god awful box. Luke G. Mel Kiper had Najee Harris going to Ford to Atlanta, bro.
I don't know how he. I don't know how.
What?
I don't know how he got a job, but that's another story. My question is this. I mean, let's be honest. When it comes to the competition side of it and being competitive in this league, it don't take much for a team to be competitive. My biggest proof that we not only will we be competitive this season, but we'll be competitive in 2022 is when you just look at the Dolphins. What did the Dolphins finish this past season?
10-6.
And what were they record before?
6-10.
Okay. And were they not competitive in that 6-10 season?
Oh, they were. Well, they got better at first they weren't, but they got better as the season progressed.
I'm just saying, were they not competitive? That's the question. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. And they were competitive this past season as well, correct?
Yeah.
But our writers for our team don't believe that not in 2021, in 2022, we will not be competitive. And the logic is so flawed because it's like, wait a minute, what is it that you see that leads you to this belief that we won't be competitive? Now, granted, nobody can be 100% sure. We just can't. It's no way possible, right? But I can say this. I can say that without a shadow of a doubt, 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, that this team cannot get any worse than what I've seen the past 3 years. There's no way.
You can go on 16.
Bro, it's no way. It's no way, bro. It's no way. If you're going to tell me that that's the case, I don't see it.
For the Lions to be as bad as what your writers think, you have to be able to say, okay, we're going to be Dan Campbell's going to be way worse than Matt Patricia. He's not going to be able to win in the division. Matt Patricia only won 3 games in the division in years he's been head coach for Detroit.
Man, listen, I'm almost thinking about banning the word Matt or the word Patricia. I don't even want to hear them. Right? I don't. I just don't want to hear it. My man Sky Guy, this is what I like. Came in here and says, "Hey Luke, hope your day is going well." It's going well, man. It started out a little rough overall, and then I got to this message and I said, "You got to be kidding me!" Again, another person came in with this frivolous argument that don't make sense. Detroit's on Big Will in the building. What's going on, bro? I'm using Webster and everything. I'm still waiting. Anybody seen this link to this Twitter account? I still ain't seen it. We almost an hour and a half in, and I still ain't seen this link. I'm just saying. I'm just ridiculous. Jeez. All right. Let me ask you this, JT. How do you see the Lions? Do you see the Lions as a team that's not going to be competitive in 2022?
Oh, no. I think the Lions should be competitive. And I agree with you. I think they'll be competitive this year, but how many games will they win would be the question. You can be competitive. Like people think your record, just because you have a bad record, that doesn't mean you're competitive. What I'm looking forward to seeing is how many one possession games are the Lions going to be in, and how many of those one possession games are the Detroit Lions going to win and lose.
And you know what's funny? The way that you pointed that is exactly how I think. How many of those games last year under our former head coach did we have that was one possession, or it was a swing game where it swung out of our momentum because we couldn't do the simple thing? I remember a game where Adrian Peterson had 98 yards rushing, and they just stopped running him. I remember a game where Swift was going full like Batman, like he had a contingency plan for everything, and they stopped running him. And so the question is going to always be broken down to, like you said, how many of those games can you turn and swing in your favor? So with this idea that we can't be competitive in 2022, let alone 2021, it's absurd to me. It's absurd. And everybody's making the same argument for why we won't be competitive. I've seen some teams with losing records be competitive. They just have. You don't always get the win when you're competitive. But if you're asking me, are the Detroit Lions about to win a division this year? I'm not saying that. Are you asking me, are the Detroit Lions make the playoff this year? I'm not saying that. If you ask me, are we winning the Super Bowl? I'm definitely not saying that. If you even came in here and asked me, are we winning the playoff game this year? I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is we damn sure going to be competitive. We was somewhat competitive at times in spurts, even under the old head coach. So this idea that we can't be competitive in 2022, it don't sit well with me. It doesn't align with the thinking of a winner. We're building a winner here. And being competitive is something that does not necessarily have to equate to certain outcomes. It's about building up other things.
And look, this is why I'm so excited about Carolina, because somebody said this. Carolina was competitive in almost every game they played, which is the sign that you have something special. In your first year, that's what you just want to see. You want to see how many one possession games are you going to be in, how many of those can you win, and how many of those can you lose. That's why I'm so high on Carolina this year. Like, that's what I'm looking for out of the Detroit Lions' new head coach, Dan Campbell. How many one possession games are the Detroit Lions going to be in?
It's a truth. It's a very good point, and it's a truth. And I think if people were being realistic and looking at it in the same way that we're viewing it, they would have to understand that we're competitive. Now, to kind of switch gears, I wanted to have a little fun with it because I knew that I was going to lose it. I was going to lose it. There, just to kind of give a quick topic out the gate, we have conflicting stories about what the Lions salary cap is, but what we do know is it's above 20 million. We got one site that says 21, another site that says 22.5, and another one that says 22.2. Nonetheless, we between 21, 22. Boom, problem solved. Let's get to the fun stuff because this is what I really wanted to get into. I have been in full-fledged, okay? I have been in full-fledged the Detroit Lions uniform rebuild. Like I'm curious as to how we're going to do this. And so with that being said, people, let's get into it, okay? People, again, whenever y'all see it's Blitz or whatever, he just had to change his name to or whatever, and he sends the link in there, please let me know. We are going to go through and have a little bit of a fun because there was some concept arts done that I just absolutely love, and I'm going to go through each one of them because why the hell not, right? We don't got to talk about the draft. We can talk about some more fun things, okay? And if you're going to be able to do just that, we can do it. Now, let me make sure I don't botch this name, and I swear to God, y'all know I suck with names. Okay? Alicia Dan Randall. Did I say that right? What up, though? If I said that right, please let me know because I'm going to be too hyped. Now, let's get into this helmet. Do y'all see this? That is sweet to me. Oh, my God. And I saw this, and they were talking about how this looks like a college helmet. I'm like, no. Listen, JT, I don't know if you know this, but we have always had a silver helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I want this blue helmet. I like how this blue helmet looks. I like the way the logo looks, the silver stripe down the middle. I'm letting y'all in the chat, man. Y'all rate this from a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. What are you giving this? I give this a solid 8. I like this. I like this helmet. What are you giving this, JT, on a scale of 1 to 10?
I give it a 6.
A 6. Okay.
Let me tell you what it could do. So me personally, because of if I'm thinking about the NFL's rule wise, I don't think you can have like a alternate color logo on the side of your helmet. So like I would like it if they make the helmet, it's flip the gray, make that blue part gray, and then make the Detroit Lions logo blue.
Okay. Oh, listen, we got more. Don't. First of all, I'm gonna get this dude his props because I want him to make sure he get the follows and stuff that he do. He does a great job with this. And he's on Instagram, and I love the work that he's doing. I'm seeing a lot of people that's loving it. I see. Okay, I got a 6.5. I'm not killing nobody on what they rate these helmets and these outfits, but I got to share them because they look too good to not do it. All right. So good reception. Here's another one. This is a concept for a helmet in uniform right here. I'm feeling like this is about a 6. I like that they made the black a little bit more darker at this point. And I like how they put the blue here with the white stripe. And I do want, if y'all pay attention to the pants, it's a black stripe going down the side with the white line and the blue stripe going next to it. So I do like how that look. That looks, that's okay. What say you, JT? How are you rating this, bro?
I like it. I give it an 8. I like it.
Now, Steve says this is like the Panthers uniforms in his opinion. I can see that. I can see that, honestly. King Lion said he gave it a 0. He not feeling it. All right, we gonna see because when I see a 0, it's time to move it to the next one. What about this for a helmet concept? Boy, that boy nice, ain't it? That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot. You see the metallic blue. Let me see if I can make it bigger if I can. Oh, let's see. Come on, people. Let's see. All right. The metallic blue face mask. Bro. I like this one.
Look at the logo. Look at the logo. And it follows the NFL logo rules.
Listen, they had to let this one pass, bro. I'm sorry. They got to let this one pass. This right here, this is it. This helmet with this, it's an off black silverish man with the man. This is it. Now, the guy who did this, I'm going to give him his props. I want y'all to hit this man up on his Instagram. He does this for college teams, all the NFL teams. But this right here, people, this is y'all chance to me. Tell me what y'all think. 1 out of 10. I got a 20. I got 20s. What do y'all think? 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being like, hell nah, no. What do y'all think? The logo stands out, which I call for a fancy logo. I mean, look, I like it. I got a 3 from King of Lions. He's only giving it a 3. I can't kill it. Who did the second one, Luke? I want to follow him on IG. The guy who did the second one who did all of these actually is right there. Teddy Hyman's Images. That's his name right there, if y'all can see it. So I'll leave it there for a second so y'all can see it. And like I said, I jumped on and followed his stuff. He does college uniforms. He does NFL uniforms, different concept art. And when word got out that Detroit was trying to do a new uniform, he came out with a bunch of different concepts that I just love. But this helmet, in my opinion, this is it right here. I like this one, but it's more to look at. And I see that a lot of people in here love it. They think this is absolutely gorgeous and fire. So if you are on Instagram, hit my man's up, give him some love, man. Tell him Lou G sent you over there and light it up, man, because I think what he does is brilliant. Now this one is a little different. It's basically a hard bluish black with the outline of the blue lion, the blue market. I kind of it's not hitting quite like the other one, but what say you, Pride Nation? I mean, how do you rate this? Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being a best, 1 being absolutely trash. Keith Holly says an 8.5. Below 0 says okay. Lee Bender says 8. JT, how you rating this, bro? I got Izzy77 says it's about a 5.
I ain't feeling that one, man. I gotta give it
not
a
really
0.
feeling it. A 0. Damn, JT, you out cold today.
Like the logo ain't got no feeling. Like if they gave it like a blue feeling, then yeah, right. I can feel it.
Right. I think that's what I feel like it's something missing. Or if they made the inside feeling of it where it was like silver.
Yeah, it don't hit you. It just don't hit you.
Yeah, Peter B flat out said no thanks. Benjamin Foe says 0, 3. We got a few more. This one's different. I like this in a way as a retro or sort of like a color rush one, where if we got on an all white with that blue lion on it, I think this one is very intriguing. What say you, Pride Nation? What say you? I mean, this is different. I wish I could spin these damn things around, but I can't. There's no way for me to do a 3D on this. But what do y'all think? It's definitely one of the things that if we had a color rush and we got the all white unis on with that outline, that matted white with the matted blue lion carved in there and the blue face mat, I think that could be kind of fire. Like, I'm just saying, damn, Lee gave it a 0. He said he ain't with that. Jimbo G says nope, 0. High school football logo, he not feeling it. Okay, listen. Yeah, the scores on this one is low. Somebody said I give it a 10,000. That's in they Vegeta voice. I give it a 10,000. I mean, like I said, just think about it. Now this is Nemesis Break says I think if we could camouflage in snow games, I mean that the blue will still stand out, but I get your point. Kobe gave it a 0. It says Lions is looking more like a polar bear. You know why? Until you said something, I didn't realize it. What do you think, JT? Can you see the polar bear resemblance?
Yeah, I'm not really feeling it. It does look more like a bear than it does a lion.
Yeah,
because the outlining's so thick.
Yeah, he kind of ruined it for me with that one right there. Do like a damn polar bear. Damn it. Thank you, Steve-O. Thank you. Here's another look at it from the side in a more metallic look, but you can see the lion on this point. But I'm still, it's the polar bear part is, yeah. I tried to get us a different angle to see what it is, but like I said, man, I like what he do, and it's different. So, but y'all wasn't feeling. Let's go to the next one. This one is supposed to be a matted black, so y'all got to kind of pay attention to some of the details on this one. If you look right here, This is matted black, and then this is a more like glossy black right here. So it's matted black with a glossy black all over. Then you got the blue lion going through with the metallic blue face shield or aka face mask. So what do y'all think? Give me the color. Give me the color. Give me y'all number 1 to 10, with 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. I see an 8.5. I see an A. I see a 6 is cool. Matt is black. Luke, you just be making up words. That matte black is not a word I made up. What are you talking about? Matted black? How you want to say it? It says no color lion blue. Oh, you want more depth to it. He don't just want just the black on black. I get it. He want more depth into the lion so you can see it. A metallic silver line on the inside would have made it a 10 for me. All right, an 8, a 7. Look, right. 7.5, 7. I give this one a 9, 8, 6, 4, 4, 7. I got a 313 for this one. How you rating this one? Come on, JT. Give me your number. You already gave 1 to 0.
I give it a 7. I give it a 7. I'm feeling
a 7. I feel like this one right here is dope, especially again if I'm thinking color rush, or we're doing like a alternate home game all black. This will be dope. But it just depends. It just depends on how we're gonna go about doing it. We got a few more to look at, people, because he actually did some concepts with other helmets and uniforms, and so this is what he's calling his like it's basically like his color rush all black uniforms. In a way, I liked it. The helmet. I like the helmet. I don't know if I like this. I feel like he could have made this whole top part blue or something. Because this right here, this blue right here, if he made this whole top part up here blue, I might have liked it. Sean Jenny a negative 313. Damn. Damn, you ain't wasting no time. Okay. Kobe a 9, Izzy a 6. What do you think, JT? I mean, the black jersey.
I give it a 4.
I do like the silver numbers with the blue line.
It kind of looks like the old Detroit Lions jerseys.
In a way it do. And so Aaron Burton says F. He didn't give it a number. He gave it a letter grade F. No. In other words, he's letting you know, nope, not with this one. Let's go to the next one then. Let's see.
Yeah.
This one, I like the black number, the silver trim on the number. I like this with the blue. See, I want a color helmet besides silver. Just putting it out there, people. 1 to 10. How are you rating this look? I got a 7. Cap Ice Code says I like that. Add the lion logo on the sleeve. Oh, that would be dope. That would be dope. Hashtag Detroit Jags. Oh, damn. Look, we already killing it. SpeakEZ says, nah. Whatever they do, don't put a WCF. Oh, man, dang, he was the owner. But I am saying I see an 8, 11, 7, 8, 8. I got a that's a lot of blue, according to Steve-O. It is. How are you rating this? You say you get this what, JT?
I still give it a 4. Like I would. What if the logo was black instead of the blue? You had the black logo.
You mean right here?
No, like on the side of the helmet.
Oh, so you saying that blue lion on the blue helmet should have been switched to a black lion?
Yeah,
on the blue helmet. Okay. I got a 7, 8.5. All right, he got a few more. This is a different look, in case you were wondering. This one is a darker, more dark tone black, and then this one is a more monotone black. What do you think about this one? Still too much for you? Just math. I see just math. That'd be fire. JT, how you rating this one, man?
I like the other one better.
The darker black.
Yeah, that just looks a little bit. What is that? Gray?
Okay, it's like a grayish. It's like a darker gray.
I feel like I really want the helmet to match the color of the jersey.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. This one was intriguing to me, but like I said, I respect what he do because he do some stuff, and like I said, it says Luke playing Madden, changing these jerseys. Bro, I wish I was, but I put them in certain spots so I can know what I'm looking at because I know that they were very similar. The last one that he did was this helmet right here. This is one of my favorites. Because like I said, you get the black lion, you get the blue eyes, you get the silver stripe, you get the silver face mask, and it's the perfectly blue helmet. You see it all there. You see it all. How are we doing this? Aaron Burton says not too creative to me. I understand that. Not that one. Not that one I like. Steve-O says all black with the blue stripe and one lion logo would be cool. The helmet cool. There needs to be more black on the jersey. How about a metallic silver for the helmet background color? I feel like we already had we always had a silver helmet. Aaron Burton said this helmet is perfect. I love what this helmet is. It's a new look. It's different. The lion look menacing with the blue eye, the silver outlining, the silver stripe down the middle, the white stripe in between it with the black. It got all of our colors in one helmet, and then it got the silver face mask. Ooh, that's nice. You know, Jason Smith said, "Oh my God, can I get that as a screensaver?" You can. Go to this man right here, Teddy. If you look at his page, I'm going to his page. He's done other teams: Green Bay, New Orleans, Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh looks fire. I know you like that, JT.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So he's done other ones, but these are just some of his concepts that he's putting out there. And like I said, I thought Green Bay looked lit. I was like, I'm not even a Green Bay fan, but that looks sweet.
The Rams one, ooh, the Rams one is sick.
The Rams is nice. The Colts, I like the Colts because he put the C there, and it's like a hidden message inside of it. If you look at it,
Seattle's and Tennessee is hard.
I mean, like I said, this dude, man, you hit him up on Instagram, give him some love. Support him. I love what he's doing over there. This to me, I look at it in terms of it as being art. Even the football team will look dope. Like, bro, I like this look. The only one I was suspect of was this one. I was like, what is this little squiggly? But then I realized that this is supposed to be like a snake or something. But the dude got talent. You know what I'm saying? Easy77 said that Titan one was nice. I'm just going through letting y'all see what he got on here. I'm not going to show you everything because I really want y'all to go and support him. That 49er one looked dope. How he had the red and black alternating between the San Francisco S and F. You see that?
See, the NFL would draw so much better ratings if they made everything a little bit more funner like this. Like, you see, they got the number change. People can wear single digits.
Listen, Jason Smith said they need to hire him on concept. NFL called this man. To me, I'm not a Vikings fan, but it's the first time I saw the helmet just look perfect with the horns in the perfect position. I thought Dallas looked like Captain America. I didn't like theirs, but I get it. The Giants I thought was a good job because it paid homage to the old helmets. Obviously, the Lions is there, and then the Lions in comparison to the Panthers is there. The Falcons, how it's burned it into it. I really love the Bengals.
You see Philly?
I did look at Philly. That green is pretty. I'm gonna give it the pretty name on this. It's just so pretty. It's like Cassius Clay. But look at the Texans though. Look how he did the horns coming out the side of the face mask. So it's kind of like your horns. You know what I'm saying? Like just different. Not gonna show y'all everything, people. But I just want y'all to see some of his work. And if you want to support him, he is on Instagram, and that is his name, right? Like, I like what he's doing here. So, show the man some love, and give him some love. JT, let me make sure I ain't missed no topics, bro. I was trying to hit on a few things. I wanted to hit on this. I meant to do this yesterday. We got to talk about the different ways to building a team. Okay.
Me and my sweet mates are talking about this so much. I got everything broken down to a T.
So JT, tell me, if you were building a team, how would you go about doing it?
Do you want me to give a full detailed break? Am I on time constraint?
Listen, we on a time constraint because I'm about to end it in a few because I want to hop over there and check out the hook cam and them they little thing going on because I like rocking with them and it's so much fun. So yeah, but tell me, if you were building a team, where would you start at? First, start off. We're going to just assume that you already got your staff
in the trenches.
You're going straight to the trenches.
I want to have the best. I want to have the best offensive line and defensive line available.
I think that makes the most sense. But what do you say to the people who say you need to go in the wide receiver way?
This is what I want first. Okay, I want my offensive line to be agile since I'm running like a pistol, similar to Cliff Kingsbury offense. I'm running the spread pistol oriented offense, so I need agile offensive line that can get to the second level quick. Next up, on the defensive line, I want speed rushers. I want my Aaron Donalds of the world. I want pure speed on the defensive line. I want speed. I want linebackers that are going to be small, but they can cover. I want a lot of Devin Bushes, Devin Whites. I want small, fast linebackers that can cover. We may, if they get caught in trouble by a pulling guard, I can live with that. But I want small, fast linebackers. I want corners that can tackle because we got too many Denzel Wards coming into the league. I need corners that can tackle, but I also want a press cover corner that can stop the Tyreek Hills of the world and stuff like that. Keep those speedsters from getting involved, similar to Carlton Davis with Tampa Bay. Next up, I want a rangy safety. I want a safety that can just peer cover. Okay, I don't need a Jamal Adams, nothing like that. I just want a peer cover safety that can, if I got corners getting beat. Offense, I want, wide receivers that are similar to Keenan Allen. They're not fast, but they're very good when it comes to running routes. Quick at running routes, really good polished route runners. Next up, I need a mobile quarterback. I want Lamar Jackson at QB and give me a Travis Kelce at tight end.
Listen, I'm not going to kill your way of doing it, but I think that I'm gonna say this for a different show, but I'm gonna kind of say it in a way where I don't give away. I think you're hitting on a lot of the points that I would look at because there are certain positions that I've noticed that all championship teams have had, right? So if you go through and you look at most championship teams, they generally have good play on the offensive line and defensive line. It really do start there. And then the other part of it you got to look at that you talked about, that safety. One of the things about the Steelers I remember for the longest that the Steelers would have multiple injuries, but Troy was back there, and it didn't matter. So,
Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Now you got Minkah Fitzpatrick back there, and before you had Minkah Fitzpatrick, I remember you have to have so many safeties that I just be like, bro, how they keep doing this?
Mike Mitchell,
bro, he
was considered the worst safety we had.
I mean, look,
he was solid.
Look at the New England Patriots and what they did. They had a defense and the safety. They had a guy who was not afraid to hit you, and Rodney Harrison. He would knock your life out. And so they would do this constantly with having that one guy there. And so to me, that's where it boils down to. Now, it looks like it's Blitz didn't join. He's still having trouble figuring out Twitter. Yeah. And telling me what his Twitter name is. So it looks like that won't happen today. But if he does hit me up, I'll be more than happy to have him on. I just think it's ridiculous to come on here and critique me and have it all be based off of simulators. Well, all right. like that's your thing. But for me, I'm definitely going in that route. You obviously, to me, I think the NFL needs to get away from a certain trend. And that trend is this idea of the quarterback. And I hate to say it this way. You just need a guy who can manage the damn game.
Well, here we go, Louis. We're about to have a disagreement.
Okay, name me the quarterback who's won anything by himself.
Well, here's the thing. I think I don't want to go off the past. I want to talk about the trend. I think the quarterback position is changing. I think now Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers Super Bowl against Kansas City kind of starting a trend and we're starting to see it in the NFL draft for Mac Jones. Mac Jones is more day one ready to start than Justin Fields and Trey Lance. But the reason why people would still take Justin Fields and Trey Lance is because they have more potential. Now you have teams that are now starting to look for a quarterback that has more potential and upside because now with the quarterback, position in the NFL now being so overpopulated. 10 years ago, people would be happy to have a Teddy Bridgewater or Jimmy G at quarterback. Now they want a Patrick Mahomes, a Josh Allen. Now we're starting to see how the more talented QB is now starting to win. Now, give it, circumstances, team, everything like that. But let's say, for example, you have an evenly matched team, but one has a Jimmy Garoppolo and one has a Patrick Mahomes.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, but I feel like the way that defenses are, with the way that they have already been capped, what they can do on defense, and now you go and get these mobile quarterbacks, and I get a chance for them to get up the pocket.
Well, not just mobile, but I'm just talking about like now teams are not. I don't think like in the next 10 years you won't be able to win for an average quarterback like what you mentioned. Now you need a transcendent quarterback like. You need an elite quarterback. Like being able to win for an average quarterback like a Joe Flacco won't be able to win you a Super Bowl anymore in the next decade. Everybody's going to have a great quarterback. And the sad thing is that will never happen, but you're still going to have teams search for that. Like Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow are going to ruin how rookie quarterbacks now evaluated. You remember when rookie quarterbacks used to get 4 years to develop? Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow, and even I feel like they're going to ruin that because now teams going to want a rookie quarterback to produce right then and there.
Well, it's the NFL has always been a roller coaster of trends, right? Like there's a trend that goes up and it goes down. I remember when that's why the Lions took Eric Ebron, because we were trying to copy what was going on with Jimmy Graham and Antonio Gates, right? We were trying to copy that. And so I think a lot of times you see these trends where they go up and down, and so teams try to follow suit on it. But the reality is the way the quarterback position is played is most times, including with the receiver position and the quarterback position in need, the scheme itself is what's opening up these things. Now, Troy said Tom Brady and Rodgers, those guys did not win without nothing. That's just go and look at them rosters. Go back and look at them rosters. I'm just saying.
You want to know something else? Another reason why more teams want young quarterbacks is because you can win. You can win with having a young quarterback because you don't got to pay him so much money. I was breaking this down to my friend. The reason why the Rams wanted to get rid of Jared Goff is Russell Wilson is capping Seattle because he's going to pay so much money but has so much to say about the offensive line, but yet does want to take a pay cut.
Again, the money part of it only comes into play if the team is already prepared. If the team is not already made and you got a guy on a rookie contract, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You got to build it up to that and get it going.
You see Baltimore? They're not. You see any other team would have been gave Lamar Jackson the extension. Baltimore's trying to make sure they get that wide receiver position taken care of. They give out all that money to their other positions of need before they pay Lamar Jackson.
True. But even when Lamar got there, they had a significant team around him, and they tried to add more weapons for him. But the bottom line is when you look at those games, they were losing in other areas. Now, I had to put this on the screen because I know you had brought this up a long time ago about Pittsburgh and how all their receivers, none are first-round receivers. I just thought that was beautiful. I've been on for an hour and 33. I'll probably skip on over there to the Hood Cam and talk some football with them a little bit later. They're going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe it's Eastern Standard Time because I know Cam is in Cali, and I think Cali is Pacific. But I'm going to just go with 8 p.m. Eastern for right now. And I'm going to go over there and talk a little sports with them as well and have a little fun. We'll get into our final thoughts at this point. So, first of all, let me just thank my guests for coming on because I ain't seen him in a long time. My man went off to school and just forgot about poor little old Luke. How was school going for you, JT?
Oh, it's good, man. Ups and downs. We'll probably talk about some more.
Hey, just make sure you don't do what I did. I lost my mind when I got there and realized that there wasn't no girls in college. It was all women. Trust me. Don't do what I did, bro. Don't do me. Don't do me, okay? And I went to a HBCU. Don't do me, okay? Man, all right.
Listen.
I mean, I lost it. I was like, oh, wow, really? Okay. I thought she was
listen, it ain't nothing here, Luke G. It ain't nothing.
Well, I'm just saying. What do you have for your final thoughts, man?
For my final thoughts is, For Detroit, I definitely would go tackle. Having the tackle equates to more wins than having a wide receiver. If you don't believe that's true, look at Kansas City. They lost 2 of their starting tackles. Yes, they had all the wide receivers healthy, and look, Patrick Mahomes is running for his life.
We just trying to get here. That's all we're trying to do. we just trying to get one of these. It's not hard. It's one thing I can tell you. It's been a lot of great receivers who have not won anything. But them offensive lines seem to get that trophy very often. I just don't understand. But here's my final thoughts to you people. I want to say shout out to all of y'all who come in here and rock with me and enjoy the show with me and come on and don't come on. I'm even gonna say a shout out to it's Blitz, since for commenting and attempting to discredit me. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a lot to say here. And put on and make comments and anything. But hopefully when he get his stuff figured out and set up, we can get him on and he can air out whatever he have. I'll give him the floor. Because I'm definitely not ducking. I want to have this conversation. I need to understand how I'm crazy. So that's first thing first. But today's positive quote is gonna be a little bit. Look, y'all hear my kids in the back? When they laugh, that's a good sign. That means they ain't tearing up nothing. But what I want to do when I want to do give y'all this positive word, it is simple. Today's positive quote comes from me. We're watching you, and so with all eyes being on you, what are you going to do to inspire us? You see, this is the problem with it. I think we spend too much time just coasting through life, not really spending any energy and understanding that we're being watched. But just take a second and say to yourself, if you had your children with you or your loved one with you, and they're watching every single thing that you do, every single step of the way, that's a lot of pressure, right? My attitude to it is this. If you are doing things to inspire others, the pressure is not even existent. Only thing that can come out of that is diamonds. And everybody knows that diamonds are a girl's best friend and have a whole lot of value. So my question to you is what have you done to inspire somebody today? Because the truth is we're watching you. And when you're being watched, that means it's your time to stand up and shine. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you come back tomorrow. I'll be back at it again, hopefully around 5:20 if I don't get held up at work, with another video going live talking about our Detroit Lions. Shout out to my guest, JT Sports. He's still over there doing his thing, so please go over there and show some support and love. And all the DSA members' channels are linked in my description and are linked on my channel, so you cannot mess it up. And go over there and check out my man, the Hood Cam. They're going to be talking about all kind of sports. It's not going to just be Lions. It's going to be football in general. And you should definitely go and indulge in that and have fun. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't be no chump. Please do your research. And I'm not talking draft simulator.